Assassin's Creed Shadows just can't do anything right, guys. They were just literally exposed for stealing the katana from One Piece. Can you believe this shit? This literally got exposed today. It seems like every day there's something that pops up with this game that just makes it more and more of an embarrassment, which is unfortunate because originally I was looking forward to checking this game out. And then you find out they're going the DEI route with getting Yasuke as the main protagonist, right? A Japanese game, Assassin's Creed in Japan, all the historical figures, everything that you can make about the game, and they decided to check a diversity box by having a person of color as the main character. And no, it's not because, oh, it's a black guy that I hate this game and blah blah. No, it's because it's disrespectful to Japan what they're doing with this game, to the point where, as we've been covering, if you guys haven't noticed, there is a petition going on to get the game canceled. Now, let's be real. It's not going to be canceled. This game's still going to come out in November, but 84,000 signatures and counting? This is bad. This is a huge backlash for Ubisoft. And I said I hope that they are not so tone deaf that they ignore this, because this isn't the only thing that's happening. If you go to all of their trailers, dislike ratio is immense. People in the comments, especially Japanese gamers, are upset, which is what this whole petition's about. But let's talk about this One Piece thing going on. So this tweet out by Grumps, and then there's also a article on Minimal Effort Gaming, their website, and other things like this, where they're talking about how at a Japan expo, a booth where Ubisoft had a booth in a display for this game, they gave fake samurai Yasuke Rorona Zoro's katana. So they basically went out and bought a display off of Amazon and put a samurai sword from One Piece in there and called it Yasuke's samurai sword. How tone deaf do you have to be in this? Already your game is not historically accurate. Already you're embellishing on the actual history of Yasuke. You're making him into like a legendary Japanese historical figure. You're turning him into a courageous samurai that goes around decapitating Japanese people's heads to hip hop music. I'm still trying to figure out who was tone deaf and approved that, and why you guys think there's this modern audience, where you guys at, that wants this type of crap, when at the same time you're disrespecting a country who is big on their culture. Japanese people are serious about their culture, which I've seen it. This petition that is trending right here, people are upset about their culture. If you guys remember looking at why this petition was created, it wasn't because of a black character or anything like that. They're just saying there's a lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect. That's a serious issue regarding the upcoming game, Assassin's Creed Shadows. That the game is based on Japanese samurai and ignores the fact that samurai were a higher class or warrior class and should have been gokinen or servants of nobles. That they're misunderstanding the nature and role of samurai, and that it's a serious insult to Japanese culture and history. It may also be linked to Asian racism. This isn't a right-wing, straight white male gamer grift, guys. These are Japanese people that are upset, and I see them in my comments now, too. We're getting an influx of Japanese people on here talking about how they feel disrespected by Ubisoft. It's so amazing to think of how tone deaf of a company Ubisoft has become throughout the years. And I've liked Assassin's Creed many times. There was that video not too long ago by that gentleman. He's a Japanese YouTuber where he just goes all out and says how pissed off he is about the situation. I covered the video the other day, but it was a very banger video from an actual perspective of a Japanese gamer talking about it. And then we also talked about the music video, Why Yusuke, that came out and is going viral. And you can see all these comments, man. All these people are just fed up about it. They don't understand why Ubisoft could do this to them. And people are going to say, oh, you're just crying. That's the thing. They think that we're grifting because we're making content about it. And it's because you get a penny. If you're a YouTuber and you make a penny off of any video calling out the woke agenda, you're a grifter because it hurts their feelings and because it goes against what they believe. That's all it comes down to, is that it's not their echo chamber. And they think people like these guys that are boycotting, signing petitions, they think that they're all morons too. They literally have tweeted out, if you pay attention and believe anything these grifters say, you're all morons. They think you guys can't think for yourselves. They think you have zero intelligence because you listen to people that call out the woke agenda. That's where we're at. So, yeah, they basically fucked up. And this is embarrassing. They said this is going to piss off even more Japanese. They're getting sent a flood of references for what Assassin's Creed Shadow has ripped off from Japanese artists, but this is the worst one so far. So you can see, now this is in France, right? This was a Japan Expo in Paris, I believe. And this has been translated to Katana and Yasuke's Mask by Pure Arts Limited, or even artwork from the game, or our Ubisoft stand at Japan Expo offers you an immersive experience. We'll immerse you in the spirit of the game with us until Sunday, July 14th. So this is Assassin's Creed France's Twitter. They tweeted out an advertisement for all this whole thing, saying that these are items of Yasuke and Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it turns out that these were all terrible items they got off of Amazon. But not only that, they got the sword from One Piece and claimed it was Yasuke's sword. That'd be like me having an exhibition for, I don't know, King Arthur and Excalibur, and having the Master Sword be the prop, right? It doesn't make sense. So you can see, wow, doesn't it look exactly like the sword of Roronoa Zoro? Sorry, I don't watch One Piece or anime, but Roronoa Zoro, a character from the One Piece manga. Do you have permission from Shueisha to use the design? No, what it was is that they probably had a few marketing and PR people in charge of this booth at the expo, and Ubisoft was just like, hey, go buy some stuff, and these people did it. And what's funny, again, like I mentioned, when it comes to Japanese culture, if it's not exactly accurate, they find it totally disrespectful. Very, very professional, very cultural, respectful country, and they take pride in their history. And if you just put a fucking manga sword and call that a historically accurate sword, you're asking for trouble. You already are getting enough heat from Japan, from the gamers in Japan, from this petition, from the backlash of gamers that are in the United States and elsewhere, all the dislikes. You're already getting all this backlash, and you do something as stupid as this at an expo showing off one of your main tentpole games. They got this and Star Wars Outlaws, and both games are completely under fire right now. And not just this. This is the latest thing of many, right? Now we're also getting Japan people going after Thomas Lockley, who's basically responsible for all of this, I guess, Yasuke popularity between progressives and stuff. So they said he's responsible for Japan's major deception about Yasuke, who was caught editing Wikipedia since 2015. He has since quit social media and claimed he will never play AC Shadows. Portrayed as a hero by the media, he's now seen as Japan's biggest historical scammer. So this guy's from the UK. He's a white man. Obviously, he's part of this whole agenda to get Yasuke, I guess, romanticized, popular, looked at as a legendary hero. And manga lawyer says this has sparked outrage in Japan. Lockie, a UK white man, wasn't just lying. He was supported and covered up by Nihon University. They allowed a scammer to gain prominence, and now everyone's distancing themselves as more information emerges. They truly wanted to erase history. And now, yeah, there's also a petition now demanding Nihon University and Thomas Lockley correct the misconceptions of Yasuke. So now, not only do we have a petition made by Japanese gamers about Assassin's Creed Shadows, now we have a petition about Thomas Lockley and Nihon University, who are all taking part in this stuff. But remember, guys, this is all a right-wing grift, right? Never mind a country feels actually disrespected about their culture and their history because people are changing it to fit woke agendas. No, this is a right-wing grift, guys. Yeah, this is 110% a right-wing grift, and fuck all of y'all, right? That's what it comes down to. And you can see here some stuff. There's a blurry screenshot, but this was on Twitter, and it's basically just showing everything about Yasuke, a book that he's written, articles, thing of this nature. So it's all this agenda for whatever reason to push him. And Ubisoft is taking part in it too because of, their DEI initiatives and things like that. When you're messing with weird wokeness stuff, you tend to just overlook and have this revisionist history that this game is having. Now, here's another thing from Grum saying Ubisoft has rated Japanese culture, appropriating vast swaths of it without permission, and they're very, very upset. It was not approached with any respect. Lantern and other artifacts taken without permission. This is one of many examples Japanese keep sending me, but Ubisoft calls them racist grifters who complain. Don't buy Assassin's Creed Shadows. So he's calling for people not to buy it, to boycott it. I've never called for a boycott. I've never called for a cancellation. This game's coming out no matter what. But you could still vote for your wallets, guys. If you feel that you don't want to support this, you want to vote with your wallet, by all means do it. All right? Speak with your opinion, tweet your disdain, comment your stuff, sign petitions. This is a lot of stuff that's coming out where certain things, like, for example, there's lanterns, artwork. The flag for a reenactment group was used all without permission. It's almost like they're just gathering anything they can find Japanese and throwing it there, even if it's out of place for the time period, which is ridiculous. It's nuts that they're so far out of touch, right? Like Hall Notes would say, out of touch, out of time. So you can see they confirmed an octagonal lantern from the Tadachi Temple is currently in the game. They didn't approve it for commercial use. They're just throwing stuff. It's not even correct. Here we go. other images up in here. There was even a cutscene where Yasuke is using a Japanese scroll incorrectly. It's like the people that made this game had no idea about actual Japanese history, when Ubisoft should do the right thing and actually hired real historians, not woke activists that are more concerned about a Yasuke being the forefront of the game instead of actually being accurate with everything else in the game, right? And again, One Piece, this is the newest embarrassment right here. On top of that, we talked about it. It's a white grift, right? Forget that there's an actual Japanese politician, Satoshi, Hamada Satoshi, going over it, collecting evidence of Ubisoft using generative AI to steal copyright works in Japan and make Japan's history distortion to present in the House of Counselors, aka the National Diet. So we talked about this. There's an actual politician going out here that's going to bring this forward to the National Diet. They're going to look at the historical accuracy, the inaccuracies of any kind of culture aspects of it, AI examples. This is big. And anybody that still thinks it's just a whole bunch of straight white male Republican gamers pissed off at this, no. They're in for a rude awakening when it comes to this. This is big. This was a huge development. For the fact that the Japanese government might be stepping in on this, and we're seeing petitions with over 84,000 signatures. Keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this, because it seems, again, like every day something new is happening, and now the latest is that we're getting pieces from One Piece, literally in the game. So I don't know what to think at this point. Again, this game is in the microscope. People are looking at every single thing in here, calling it out, and I think Ubisoft just needs to look logically at things and stop focusing on agendas, make good games, try to be historically accurate, quit trying to fill in DEI checkboxes, and I hope that they learn from this, especially with that petition. I hope they're not as tone deaf as we think. I hope they think, oh man, we messed up. What can we do? Again, it's coming out in November. It's middle of July, literally, so I don't think there's any way that they could make some massive changes. I don't see them delaying this game. They're not canceling it for sure. But speak out. If you're a Japanese gamer and you're watching this, welcome. I've been getting a lot of you guys coming in. Keep voicing your backlash, your opinion, your criticism of this game. Let Ubisoft know. Do not think that just because you guys are just regular, average people that a corporation's not going to listen to you. Will they cancel this game? No, but there's no way that they're not going to at least take note. So please keep voicing your stuff, comment all their videos, share everybody's content making videos about Assassin's Creed Shadows, speak up, sign petitions, do it all. And hopefully they do something about that, because disrespecting y'all's culture as a country, that's not cool.